So here's the thing. Okay, hey guys, I'm back and I'm in the car because the thought of going home and like filming in my room, I just didn't want to do that. Before I go ahead and get into this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Okay, I have been at 143 subscribers for a little while now, and I would just like for it to be 150. So if we can just all put our heads together and get me there, that would be really great. This is just gonna be like a life update video because I just feel like that I can prop my leg up. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of things have changed for like a while, like since I've been posting. In this last video I posted, it was like the first video that I posted that wasn't pre-recorded, and I'm just gonna like give y'all some insight into what's been going on. So let's start with so I'm gonna start with why I haven't been posting, why I'm not posting 3 times a week anymore. So basically, oh my gosh, this is actually a lot. Please bear with me because this is actually a lot. I first decided to start posting to YouTube during the quarantine. I was really sad for a while, and I just had no motivation to do anything. As y'all know, like one of my majors is dance, so I was used to like waking up every single day, being creative, doing creative things, and all that got cut off. There was like 2 creative ventures that were supposed to come to fruition that literally got cut off, and it made me lose all motivation to do anything. All my friends on social media were posting like videos of them dancing, and they were like, keep moving, keep using your creativity, and I just for the life of me could not find it. Even my mom noticed it. Like when I started posting, I started getting a little bit more like happy, and one day she looked at me and she was like,
I haven't seen you smile or laugh like that in a long time. Like I haven't seen you like this in a minute.
Basically, I started posting because initially I just needed like a place to do me. I feel like that sounds so corny, but I just needed to be able to like be my creative self, and I didn't want to dance and I didn't have motivation. Anyway, so I kind of started that after the fall semester had ended, so I had nothing to do but post to YouTube. And if you know me personally, you know that I have like 2 settings, and it's 0 and 100. There like is just no middle ground for me. So once I get passionate about something, y'all, I like take it to the nth degree. It's all I'm gonna do, it's all I'm gonna think about. And if I love something, I'm gonna make sure that that thing that I love is the most successful thing I've ever done in my entire life, and I like will stop at nothing to make it that way. So I started doing everything. I started like looking up like tips on what to edit and what to put in my videos and keywords and SEO and how often I should post and grow your channel videos. Y'all, I went like full-fledged headfirst into it. I started off posting once a week, but once I was like reading more, I was like, no, you got to post 3 times a week, like, because that is just what I was passionate about. I still am. I was just like this, like I want this to be everything, because at the time it was like the only thing that was making me happy. But then the summer, because I take summer classes because I'm a double major, so it's gonna like take me longer. I take summer classes to shorten my time in school. So then summer classes started up. I was taking 2 of them, and they were my business classes. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in the video before, but last year was probably one of the hardest years for me in school, just because there was so much going on and I had a lot on my plate, to the point where I like wanted to drop out of school, like, which is a lot saying for me because I've always loved school and I've always done well, but I full-fledged wanted to drop out. I almost dropped my marketing major because I just could not imagine being in school for any longer. Like it was getting to be too much for me. So I said all that to say, I started my summer classes, and when I tell you the worst semester I've ever had, ever in school, the amount of work that was being assigned to me was a ridiculous amount, like an amount that like you just can't even get done. And I'm not afraid of like a challenge. I always get my stuff done and it's fine. But when I tell you like this was an impossible amount of work, even when I went on vacation, like I remember at one point I'm like doing homework and my mom is like, this is supposed to be vacation, like la la la. And I was like,
Mom, like I don't have a choice.
But it got bad to the point where I was like skipping assignments. I was like waiting to the last minute to do everything. And really I was just sad every day because, and like there are worse things going on, but it just was like making me shut down because I was doing that, and at the same time I was still filming, editing, and posting 3 times a week, and then trying to take those classes where literally every single week in just one of my classes I could have like 2 chapters to read, 2 quizzes, an alternate assignment, and like do my part in the group project. And it was just so much. Like I never had a class give that much work ever. And I've had like some hard teachers. I'm sorry that this is a long story. I really hope y'all like care to listen. Oh my gosh, I haven't even eaten nothing this morning. After the summer semester ends, I'm like happy because I'm like, now I don't have to deal with like having to do all this work and film. Oh, I forgot to mention, while I'm having these summer classes and while I'm filming 3 times a week, I had dance rehearsal Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it was just going to dance rehearsal basically the better part of my day, and then also having homework, and then also trying to film and edit 3 times a week. That was a lot. But let's jump to the part where rehearsals are over, summer semester is over. Now I just have to work and film, which I was like excited about because I was like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna be the best. And it was, but it also wasn't. So once my summer semester ended, I don't think I realized how much it had drained out of me, to the point where like I had zero motivation to do anything. Like I remember I would call my friend, me and my friend would talk sometimes, and I forgot how we got on the topic of it one time, but oh my gosh, I felt myself getting ready to be about to cry. Anyway, well, first I was telling her like just how bad everything was, how bad I had done in school, and how I just was like tired. And then after summer classes ended and we would talk, one day I was just telling her, I was like, I just feel like, this is the crazy part. I was doing so much, going to dance rehearsal, going to work, filming, doing homework, and I'm like doing so much. And the minute it stopped and I didn't have anything to do but work and film, I was convincing myself somehow, and I get in my head a lot, I was convincing myself somehow that I was like lazy because I didn't want to get out of bed, not even acknowledging that the reason I didn't want to get out of bed is because my energy was spent. Like it got to a point where like I like would not get out of bed for the day. I would wake up, it would take me forever to go eat breakfast because I didn't want to get out of bed to do that, and that's saying something because I love to eat. I wouldn't even like, oh my gosh, it makes me kind of sad because I never like saw myself like that before. I wouldn't even sit up in the bed. I would just lay back and watch TV all day and do nothing. And I remember talking to my friend and trying to describe it to her, and I remember just telling her like, it just feels like a tired that won't even go away. Like I wasn't even sure if I had like felt sad. I wasn't sure if I felt high. I wasn't sure of anything. I just knew that I was tired, and it felt like the kind of exhaustion that was not gonna go away, to the point where I had no more, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to get up and film. I would like force myself to get up and film, and while I was filming and after I had filmed, I would feel so good. Like, not to say that like filming YouTube videos is therapy, because if you need therapy, please go get therapy. Please take care of yourself. But it's like really therapeutic for me to get in front of the camera and just like talk and do my thing. But it's like almost like the very next day or whatever, I would just forget all that and just want to stay in the bed and not do anything, not even turn on my light. So I'm just like laying in a dark room, not really doing anything ever, and not leaving my house to do anything but go to work. And I'm like explaining to my friend, I'm like, you don't understand, like I don't do anything now, like anything ever. And I'm like on social media, which is probably not a good idea, seeing people do all these things, once again seeing my friends still like posting dance videos and going and doing this and that, and I'm like laying in my dark room because I don't want to get up and do anything. So I still continue to post even then because I am a committed person, and I had a reason for starting this, which I described in the beginning, and it still was something I wanted to do. I just didn't have the energy to do really anything. Like even I love dance, didn't want to dance, didn't have the energy to be doing dance. Anyway, I started building my next fear, which was that once the fall semester started, I was so scared. I remember telling my friend and my mom, I was like, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to post 3 times a week, because I don't know if I explained this to y'all in the last video, but I have 2 jobs, and I have an internship, and I'm also taking classes, and I'm taking more classes than I was taking in the summer. So I'm thinking, there's no way, if I struggle with 2 classes in the summer with filming, how in the world am I going to be able to take more classes than that, go to an internship, and also work 2 jobs at the same time? That thought terrified me. And both my mom and my friend was like, Shari, you don't have to post 3 times a week, which seems very simple. That seems like a really simple explanation. But when I get something in my mind that I'm going to do it, And that like I said, once I'm passionate about something, I want it to be the best. I want it to be the most successful. So if I'm reading things that are telling me to be the most successful, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that. In my mind, I'm thinking like, I feel like I'm giving up on myself, or I'm giving myself less than 100% because of like outside factors. Like I just like was putting too much pressure on it, until one day I realized, and I don't know how many of you guys are spiritual, but I like said to myself, I'm like, Shari, there is no blueprint. Not for you, at least, because yes, there will forever be patterns that successful people follow, and there will be tips and tricks to like help yourself do better and grow and what have you. But at the end of the day, if God's will is for me to be in front of this camera and speak to you guys and speak to more and more people, that's what's gonna happen, period. It doesn't even matter. If that's his will, then it's out of my hands. It's out of just what I can do and what I'm capable of, and posting 3 times a week. And then at the end of the day, I had to remember why I was doing this in the first place. Like, honestly, that why piece is so important. It started to become just a thing of like, okay, post 3 times a week, pump out content. But I'm like, no, Shari, you started this because you wanted to be creative. You started this because you enjoyed talking to the camera. You started this because you liked editing. I remember when I first started posting videos, my favorite thing ever, it didn't even matter like if, like, yes, I would want a bunch of people to watch it, and yes, if a bunch of people didn't, I would get a little bit whatever. But my favorite thing, and I'm not sure if my mom knows this, I would like see her on her phone and she would have her AirPods in and she'd be like laughing, and I'm like, girl, what are you laughing at? Like, what's that funny? And she'd be like, your video. That is the best. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of being emotional. I don't want to cry about that. But when I tell you, that is the best feeling. The idea that I can make somebody laugh, make someone happy. As y'all can see, as I've described, there's people walking by and they're like freaking me out. I need them to go ahead and walk the heck by and not look at me or look into my car. Anyway, I can get easily overwhelmed. I can get really anxious, like to the point, and it's been like that my whole life. Like my mom would always tell me like, Shari, sometimes I just want to shake you because I can't get you unstuck from where you are. Some of my best moments are at the end of the week when I sit down with a good meal and watch my YouTube subscriptions. Nothing comes close. I so desperately want to be that for someone. Like the way I relate to some of the YouTubers that I watch and the way it makes me feel, I would love to be that for other people. And be able to be creative and be able to like express myself the way that I can, and like nobody, like I have complete control of this, which may be a problem because I have like a control issue, not with other people, with myself. But this, I make the choices. Like this is like a me thing. I would love to be like, make someone laugh, like inspire someone. I would love to be that place. And I had to remember, like, at the end of the day, that's why I'm doing this. Not to post 3 times a week. I'm doing this because this is what makes me feel good at the end of the day. So I said all that mess to say that I'm posting once a week because there is no blueprint for Shari. I will create my own blueprint. I will do my own thing. Okay, so next, after that just took 16 minutes for me to say, y'all won't see it as 16 minutes because I'm obviously gonna edit it down. Number 2, I started getting more into my marketing major. So, oh my gosh, I feel like burp throw up. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that I didn't drop my marketing major, because you guys, when I tell you, the very first day of that class, I start reading the chapter and I said, this is for me. My fear was that when I was finished with my dance classes and I started more getting into my marketing coursework, that I wouldn't be as passionate about it as I'm passionate about dance. And that first day just made me feel like, you just know when you know when you just like, when you know that you're where you're supposed to be. The things that I was speaking about like audiences and communication and reaching people, that's like that's what this y'all, like I like first got interested in marketing honestly a long time ago. One day we were walking into Ross and she picked up this product, something to like stick onto your phone, and I don't know why I got this fascination, y'all, but she's like looking at the product, she's like, wow, this blah blah blah, and it was a product that I would never use, but in that moment I was like, wow, she's their audience. Like some marketing team somewhere knew that she was a part of their audience and that she would want this product, and now she wants to buy it because some marketing team got together a really good marketing mix and knew that people like her would want to get this product. And that blew my mind. And since then, I was like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And even from when I was a child, I would always tell my mom, I want to be on a creative team. I want to be on some creative team. Like, I think that's really what I was like. I don't know what that's going to look like, Mom, but I want to be on a creative team. Which, who knows, like this channel, who knows what kind of creative team I could create, who knows, like, but yeah, so that is going really well. Number 3, I got a COVID test. A couple people at my job were exposed to people who had COVID, so I went to go get a COVID test. I was super nervous about it. I just was afraid to stick that thing in my nose. I don't like stuff like that. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad. I'm actually gonna insert the footage here. Y'all, I'm about to go get a COVID test, and I'm really scared because I don't want to stick a thing in my nose. Is it gonna hurt? Okay, y'all, I hyped that up so hard. Like, the level of discomfort that I was expecting, not even close. I worked the whole thing up. I was so dramatic. It felt like a little weird, but like I was talking to my mom afterwards. I was like, Mom, if I had to do the same thing in 15 minutes, I wouldn't hesitate, and I would not have a problem. It was not bad at all for me. Number 4, like I said earlier, I have 2 jobs now, which is part of the reason I'm posting once a week. I work at the student center at my school, and I'm also a waitress, which maybe there'll be another video talking about how I don't need to work at that restaurant anymore. The environment is not for me. I don't remember which number I said this was, 5, 4, I don't know. So I'm interning at a dance studio, and the lady whose studio it is, she was one of the first dance teachers that I had at KSU. Oh my gosh, she was like the best. Like, she was almost like a school mom for me, like a college mom for me. On my birthday, she bought me like a Starbucks gift card, and like when I told her it was gonna be my birthday, she was like, what cake do you like? Like, do you like Starbucks? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And like, she's known me since I was 17. I came to college at 17. This internship so far has been going well. Lastly, to close out this video, my final life update, I am the happiest that I've been in a long time. And I think I can genuinely say, like, not that I've been in a bad place before, not that I'm constantly in a bad place, but I can genuinely say that I'm in a good place. Like, I'm in a great place. I have a lot of hope for the future right now. I'm really liking my marketing degree. The only thing I probably don't love is my waitress job, just because there's a lot that goes into that. I have a schedule that works for me. Filming once a week has been really good on my mental health, and I have this heightened sense of knowing that I'm gonna be successful. I question everything, okay? I'm a skeptic. I don't know if I've said that before, but I'm the most skeptical person on earth. It's really hard to convince me of things, and it's really hard to get me to like get unstuck, especially if I'm on a negative thought pattern and they just keep snowballing until, like, who knows, whenever. My mom has always told me she doesn't know what it is that changes my mind, but she just waits for me to change it. I'm just in a place where, like, I'm good. So if you see me, I'm doing great. And I'm just so glad. Like I said earlier, recording is like, it's therapeutic. Like, I feel better. Like, even though I was feeling great before, being able to say all that, like, that is just what I needed to do. So anyways, I feel like I haven't done this outro in a minute. Like this video if you want to, share this video if you want to, subscribe to me if you want to, comment things that you would like to see that are fun, for not fun. Also, please comment, like, subscribe. That really helps me get my videos boosted. I post videos every Friday. So I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.